What's up, everyone? For this video, we're going to break down how to use Bad Batch in the Order 66 raid to auto about 80% of it. This is using Pirate Hondo's requirement, OG Hondo, as a stand-in, and frankly, he just feels excellent with the squad anyway, that I'd probably prefer him. Batcher, the nice way I'm going to put it is I would describe Batcher as incredibly niche, aka not very good. I really have no interest in investing in him for this mode because I barely end up using him in other modes. Bad Batch 2 itself is a squad that I think will have a very long lifespan beyond the raid. With some excellent toolset, some insanely good power as long as you know how to drive them. Batcher is not really a part of those plans. OG Omega drives excellently with this squad. Echo, whenever you need him for that AoE Dispel, AoE Daze, super useful for the slot as well. Batcher, you know, if I ever need a stealth ignoring, taunt ignoring mark that's dispellable, he's there as an option, I guess. But I'm not going to say he drags the team down, but you really feel the absence of a character like OG Omega when you're not getting all of the supercharged target practice, crosshair turn meter, extra combo routes available to you because you have Omega present. It really just kind of ties the team together. So let's talk about this raid. The mods that I have on, I don't think are incredibly specific, but the main concern that I have is turn order. I know a lot of people seem to love Hunter fastest for reasons that I don't quite understand, but the thing you need to know is that Hunter fastest is incredibly wasteful in pretty much all modes of the game. I recommend not doing that anymore. We are going with a turn order where Omega goes first, Crosshair goes second, because if you put Hunter under Crosshair after the target practice mark has already gone out, Hunter basic order mark in this case is 45 to 60% turn meter to Crosshair, which is a lot. That's a pretty good thing to be doing. And then Wrecker as well, I don't know if he needs to be quite this fast. This is just the mods that he had on. You know, depending on which matchup I'm doing in PvP, I've kind of enjoyed having a fast Wrecker as well, just because getting an early AoE out can help make him even tankier, right? Every time you throw a barrel is 25% bulk in defense, and that's a pretty good thing to be doing. OG Hondo, excellent addition to the squad. Handcuff on Oppo stops the early mass. Crosshair assist call, obviously very good. Expose on basic, nice and convenient sometimes. It just helps you chip things down when you don't have the initial crosshair accuracy. AoE ability block, can't complain about that. And also we have the added benefit that OG Hondo acts as a secondary tank, sitting out of stealth while being critically immune. Depending on how good your mods are, it's a pretty good chance that Hondo's gonna die unless you have some excellent defense, protection, maybe some health. But yeah, trying to range around this speed seems to line up very nicely. You'll see we have a very specific turn order to try to sneak his turn in before Hunter. Yeah, everything just lines up very specifically and nicely, and I don't know that you necessarily need a remod for this, but if your mods aren't in the ballpark of this, I would probably consider trying. I mean, try what you have first, see if it works, but you're probably going to end up needing to move a little bit more in this direction. The combo here is very specific, but the good news is if you can reach the specific point at the end of the first wave, things seem to run pretty well as long as you check off the checkboxes. We just need to make sure that we hit the right key moments leading up to that point, saving Wrecker and then trying to get Wrecker a little bit of bulk just to make things more consistent. So we aim at the left side clone and we go for a basic first. We need to do a single hit and he can't hit himself to let Hondo go before Hunter right now. You can see he's slightly below on turn meter. So I just go ahead and call Hunter to assist. Grab the handcuff over on Oppo. And now we are back to just doing the normal Bad Batch play pattern. And look how much turn meter we gain, right? 19 shaken. Now you're at 60% turn meter. Wrecker about to go. And now you're basically at a full second turn already. And that's just a pretty good thing to be doing. Now, we do need to start wondering about how we're going to save Wrecker. Wrecker actually normally dies here. This is a very weird RNG situation, but we're going to play it out and hopefully it's still fine. Omega reset the mark on Hunter to buy us some time. Okay, wow. This is a kind of bizarre high roll. I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay. I'll play another run, and that'll probably give us something more indicative, but hey, now you know it exists. Good to know it's there. All right, at this point, we just did one wrecker barrel. I would go ahead and try to get a second one. You don't necessarily have to do this. It does kind of add a little bit of time to the gameplay, but I have found that it just makes things a little bit cleaner because the AI can still kind of get Order 66 and still get some damage on wrecker sometimes. I have had him die, and we do need the extra body count going into the last stand, so 1 Omega heal over on wrecker just to reset his cooldowns. Grab a second barrel. And then, yeah, go ahead and finish with basics. And that's basically all you need. This is the point where we auto. Alright, here we are at Enrage. Wrecker is stunned. It is what it is. Yeah, hopefully we should be able to reach that 3.6. And there you have it. Alright, let's play another run and see if we can get it to play a little bit more normally. Normally we have to worry about the saving Private Wrecker minigame, so let's go ahead if we can unsave him so that we have to save him. You know the drill, same deal. Basic, go ahead and call someone, probably just Hunter. Handcuff over on Oppo. Mark back over here. And there we go. We've arrived at the promised destination. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try a crosshair basic into flag move. Reset Hunter's cooldowns using Omega heal. Go ahead and grab the mark. Give crosshair a bunch of turn meter. And Hondo should be headed out shortly. All right, we're at 5 stacks. Let's go ahead and go for the snipe reset, I think. So let's just pop a self-cast here. Aim for the higher turn meter guy. I mean, our turn meter is in pretty good shape, but it's still just best practice, right? Snipe the higher turn meter. And now we need to be worried about... Hey, of course, we don't want to let a Disguised Clone Trooper live. We are running out of turns. We do need to make sure that Wrecker is going to come back to life. So let's basic here. I think this will work. Okay. Wrecker is back. Now, for the most consistent auto, I would recommend that we try to get 2 Wrecker barrel tosses off. You can win with 0, and you can win with 1, certainly. But I have found that it is, unfortunately, sometimes possible to lose him in later rounds, so if you have the tolerance, just sandbox it for a little bit. Yeah, we're adding like 15 seconds on just to try to make sure that things go as smoothly as possible. The worst part of it is just how many turns Crosshair takes, right? That's just about it. All right, heal reset, few more basics. Second barrel toss. And there you go. Reset. Basic your way out. And press auto. All right, you're out in rage. 4 people alive. And yeah, that should be all we really need to make it through this. What are we at? We are at 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, and we just have enough bodies left on the field that the AI can comfortably grab that 3.6. All right, let's run this one more time. This fight does have a little bit of variance, so we'll see how it plays. The variance isn't necessarily for negative win rate, but it is more so just knowing how to roll with the punches and handle any weirdness that may pop up. All right, we'll go ahead and do a basic here. Hondo can do the flag. We do technically have the opportunity to lose our snipe stacks now, but I'm actually going to bank them a bit and focus on bringing Wrecker back. I'll make a reset for the extra mark, for the extra execute stacks. All right, interesting way this is playing out. It looks like we're going to end up with an early snipe. This is actually kind of an inconvenient timing. We are too far ahead of schedule. Maybe some interesting decision making. I don't know if we could try to like maybe spear now just to try to get shock out, because I don't know for sure if Wrecker might come back first and that might let them restyle. So I'm just gonna chuck spear. We don't necessarily want to waste nuke. It's nice to have for the DCTs. All right. He did not cooperate. We have a lot of people in stun. Let's just get rid of that. Got the nice hunter assist call. All right. We did not get to Wrecker Barrel. Let's just, I don't know if Wrecker would auto, like, use it here, that we could just auto, but I'm just going to use it and then auto, and let's just see how this goes. All right, 3.2. Didn't end up mattering this time. The high roll, the too high of a high roll was still fine. And yeah, I think we're walking away with 3.6 again. Hondo's even alive this time, which is bizarre, but I guess that's the benefit of the high roll. All right, that's it. Not too mussy or fuzzy, just a little bit involved if you want to try to go for the extra Wrecker health. But as you just saw, we didn't really get to get it off. We just got it off once, and that was still fine enough. I don't even know if he really got tested on this run. It's just a little bit of time investment to try to make sure that you don't have to restart. But again, I've won plenty of times with it at 0 Wrecker barrels. So that's it for this video. Good luck out there. Happy hunting. I've got the other videos in the description for the other squads if you would like to see them. Peace.